from the heart of the Middlelands, where the golden... Welcome to DeaconsTable MiniAdventures, set in the mystical and diverse world of Foreverland, or as the elves call it, Oyala Endor, specifically in the enchanting Middlelands and the mysterious Mistwood forest. These one-shot adventures are designed for both seasoned adventurers and newcomers alike. Each session is a self-contained story packed with exploration, creative problem-solving, and thrilling challenges, allowing players to dive in without long-term commitments. With a revolving cast of players from our DeaconsTable Discord community, every adventure brings fresh faces, unique characters, and unexpected twists. Tailored for 2-hour sessions and adaptable for 4 players, by default, the MiniAdventures scale dynamically to match group size and character levels. Whether you're navigating arcane ruins, braving treacherous groves, or confronting ancient foes, every session weaves a new tale in the ever-growing tapestry of Foreverland. These adventures will be available for sale on our Patreon page.
Hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. I am Deacon Blues. Welcome to another wonderful adventure from DeaconsTable, and grab a seat and get ready to be introduced to a wonderful cast of characters. We actually have a brand new player today as well. Very excited about that, and we're going to get right into that. Actually, we're going to start even with the new player today. We're going to start off with Runetash Wildheart. Runetash, who are you and who are you playing?
Runetash was born in the Etherbloom Glade. He is a Twilight cleric of Qumir. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Just looking for adventure, really, right now.
Excellent. And next up, we're going to talk to our good friend Gabba. Gabba, who are you and who are you playing?
Hey, Ken the Friend here, playing the local Gabba the Goblin, who started off as a very grumpy barbarian, but has grown to love the Grove and has become a druid because of it. So now she's adventuring with her friends.
Awesome. And of course, next we have Luca Graycliff. Who are you and who are you playing?
Hello. Yes, I'm Jenny, and I am playing Luca Graycliff, and she is a warlock. And she has been in Mistwood for about 5 months, 6 months, and she originally came through the Etherbloom gates from the Etherbloom, where she was raised from a young age, and she has been adventuring around the area since.
Excellent. And last but not least, Val Mill. Val, who are you and who are you playing?
Well, I'm Ace, also known as Black Lantern Ace on
Social media.
I was gonna say Twitter, but it's now X, but beyond the point. And I'm playing this time Valno, Frostborn human cleric of Grieva.
Excellent. Okay, and that sums up our cast of wonderful characters. Just so everybody is aware, we are not professional voice actors. We are not professional actors at all. We are just a group of fun-loving individuals that happen to enjoy... Oh, and we lost Luca. One of many times that we will probably lose Luca over the course of the evening. She will be back. But we just get together and we enjoy the game of Dungeons and Dragons or role-playing games in general. That it's all for fun. Nothing is meant to be taken too seriously with what we do. And of course, we just hope those watching will find something they enjoy. And of course, if you do, there is, just very quickly, you can actually go and check out our link bio page, which is lnk.bio/DeaconsTable with the D and the T capitalized. Go and check out our page. Check out that page. It has a list of all of our socials. Right up at the top is our Discord link. Join the Discord. Become part of the community, and we can help you get established with a character. We can, doesn't matter what experience level you're at, we can help you along the way. And you can take part in this wonderful immersive world that we have been creating now for a while, or I started creating it years and years and years ago, but it has been evolving with the contribution from the community as we go. So again, welcome everybody. So with that in mind, we are going to start this evening's adventure. And this evening's adventure is Salt and Silence. And what has happened is the town of Mistwood. Runtash, you've been actually in the Middlelands for a while. You're in Mistwood actually for a while, just part of the community moving about. Val and Gaba and Luca may have seen Runtash at some point around town, just never really engaged for whatever reason. I mean, there's a lot of townsfolk that you generally haven't met as well on a regular basis, and that's perfectly understandable, and it happens in a town setting. Now, it's morning, and you guys have, like most mornings, you end up in the market. The central market is pretty much where most people from the town of Mistwood start their day, whether it's just buying their morning produce or their bread or clothing and bits of fabric or whatever they need. They find generally in the central market of Mistwood. This particular morning, the scent of brine and seaweed clings stubbornly to the morning mist. As you step into the market, shouts from merchants ring hollow under low-hanging fog, typical of the mornings, as you guys know. Fishmongers bicker over crates of limp, pallid fish, scales translucent, eyes like pearls. A child screams as a dead trout writhes briefly in the crate before going still again. One trader mutters, "They came from the south, from Shellborn Cove." The market right now is unusually quiet, despite the crowd. I mean, there's a lot of people around. Several barrels of fish, though, that you guys are because again, the smell has kind of is what really got your attention. The scream didn't help as well, but several barrels of fish are noticeably they're open and they look unnaturally pale for fish, and they're pretty foul smelling. What are you guys doing?
Vano will basically just do a medicine check on the fish to find out why they're so foul smelling, just to make sure that they're not cursed or anything like that.
So you're going to be doing that. Gaba, are you doing anything particular?
Well, she's kind of just investigating the fish. I mean, to be honest, she's heard rumors. Has she seen any of them move, or they're just dead fish?
You see similar situation to what the one girl screamed about. Occasionally, you see the dead fish just kind of wriggle around and then stop. It's really kind of unnerving, and the smell is bad. And these things don't look natural at all. There's a lot of, there's some villagers. Any villagers that are around the fishmongers seem to be kind of freaked out a little bit, a little frightened, and the fishmongers themselves are kind of taken back because they had bought these themselves from the small town and brought them up as part of their trade, right? And now they've opened the barrels up, and this is what they've opened up. So you're just kind of milling about, looking at the fish and the crates and the barrels, and seeing your actions. Luca?
Yeah, she'd just be kind of looking in at the fish and seeing what they look like.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, they are like translucent scales. Their eyes are like pearly white. They look very sickly. They don't smell very good. Runetash, are you doing anything in particular?
Well, I've been around here a while, so this is just the first time this has happened. No one's seen this before.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, pretty much everybody starts their day in the marketplace. There's always little things that happen around the market, but this is the first time you've seen something like this.
I'd like to question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to question any of the fishmongers to find out where the fish actually came from.
Okay, so you're going to be questioning the fishmongers, and then we've got Val. You're actually doing a medicine check and checking.
Roll a dirty 20.
Okay, on your medicine check. Okay.
Yes.
These fish aren't diseased. They're suffused with an energy that's not native to fresh or salt water. Their gills are lined with soot black marks, and some have tiny barnacle-like growths pulsating slightly under their fins. As for the Runetash, I need you to make either a persuasion or an insight check.
Ooh, insight.
On the fishmongers.
24 for insight.
Okay, with the 24. One of the older fishmongers leans in, eyes wide. The boat, it came back empty-handed, but full of these things. The crew's gone. Just their boots left behind on the deck. We sent word to Mayor Thorne. She's in a meeting right now.
All right.
And of course, Mayor Thorne is the mayor of the town of Mistwood. So apparently, when they opened these crates this morning, from what you've gathered or what they're kind of communicating to you, these stories that came up with them from some people that traveled up with them have now gone forward to the mayor, and she's discussing the situation. The town that they come from, Shellborn Cove, really do not have a governmental focal point within their town. I mean, they do have an elder or a mayor, but it's not the same as here in Mistwood. Mistwood is one of the key towns of the region. So, Mayor Thorne is, probably the main mayor of all the towns. So, she would let everybody know what's going on, usually what's going on. Gaba and Luke, is there anything left that you wanted to do? I mean, I don't know if you guys are sharing this information. Runetash and Val, are you guys sharing the information you learned?
Yeah, Val's gonna head to the party and say, someone has been messing with these fish. There's a soot-like residue on them, and they are not diseased at all. And in fact, it seems much more like something much worse. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, speaking to the party, one of the fishmongers told me that when this came back from Shellborn Cove, the boat was completely empty. Like only boots were left. So, and they're speaking to Mayor Thorne as it is. So I think we should head there and see what she might want us to do, or they might want us to do.
Is there any corruptive magic on the fish?
Okay. Now that you've asked, you can make me an Arcana or a Religion check. That's up to you.
Oh, both are bad. So I'll just do Arcana then. What are you? Oh, wonderful! That is a 5.
Oh, that's a failure. So, you sense something off, but you just can't place the origin. The faint shimmer on the fish scales could be illusion magic or simply light playing tricks through the mist. Kind of hard to say. As you're doing that, there is a slight spark of magical energy on the one barrel of fish. And you see what spellcasters do we have in the group?
Myself.
Vol.
I think everyone can cast.
Val and Gaba can both see, and of course Luca, you as well. Actually, all three of you can see bits of this very faint magical sparkles.
Wouldn't it be all four of us? Because I believe
all four of you. I bad. All four of you rising up from this one barrel, and it's kind of swirling around unheeded by the mist or by anything else. No one else seems to notice it. Well, maybe a couple of others in the crowd. But you guys are the ones that are kind of focused around this particular merchant as you're doing it. And as it does, it rises up, and all of a sudden you get this bright, shiny light, and this foul, fishy odor comes forward again. And as you guys are there, I gotta bring it up. Sorry, my bad. Just trying to bring in the bad guys, and it's not working.
It's magic. That's also saying.
I'm trying to bring the baddies in, and it's not letting me.
Scared.
Yeah, what's going on?
While you're doing that, I'll just say Gaba looks calm. She doesn't look disturbed or freaked out by the fish moving. I mean, it's not like she's seen like other things like scarecrows and dolls and teapots move on their own on a regular basis. So she's like, so here's something else that's moving.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're watching as you're kind of looking at this barrel, some of the fish start to flop out of the barrel and onto the ground, onto the cobblestone. And I think if I can drag it, if it's going to let me drag it in here, I can do that. Oh, I think I can. And I'm going to put it right here. Boom.
I threw it
all of a sudden, it just kind of comes out. And you guys see, and we'll blow him up momentarily so that you. Luke is back again.
I did not do that time. That was not my fault. It just.
That's okay. Working. I'm just going to blow it up so you guys can see what you're looking at. This thing comes popping out of the top of the barrel of fish, spilling the fish onto the ground as it was inside the barrel, and it kind of hovers up out of the barrel, and it's writhing around. So that's what you guys see coming out. And at this point, it is. Darn it! It's going to be initiative.
Lucas says, "Everybody clear away. We'll deal with this thing."
That would be an 8.
Pretty much, you don't have to ask twice, because by the time you kind of look around to tell them to back away, everybody except for the one fishmonger who's kind of seems almost pinned to the table behind him, everybody's kind of backed away, kind of freaked out by whatever this thing is that has popped out of the barrel of fish. So let's start off with Runetash. What is your initiative, please?
8.
It's an 8. Okay. And Val?
10.
10. And Gaba?
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Gaba, 20. And Luca?
15.
15. Nice. And... Awesome. So top of the round, Gaba, you are the first that sees this. In between you and this thing is Luca standing there. What are you doing?
Well, she's going to draw her blade. She's got her scimitar with her, and she'll kind of step within range of the creature. but she's not going to attack it outright. She's going to hold her action to where if it attacks her or Luca, she'll swing out. But for now, she'll just say, behave, and just kind of hold a swing in case it attacks. And that'll be her turn.
So you're telling it to behave and everything else. So as it's doing this, by the way, all this sickeningly slimy liquid and fish goo just kind of poured out the top of this barrel, and they're all over the ground. It's kind of seeping under your feet as well, Luca. And I need you. Well, actually, not yet. Well, yeah, you're actually the next up. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Should Gabba do as well because she moved within range of it?
Oh, did you move forward within 5 feet?
Yeah, she's within melee range of it in case it attacks.
Okay, if you went right up to, like, for example, here, yes, you will have to make that as well. Sorry, I didn't.
No, it's fine. I just want to stay true.
I rolled a 16 for the con saving throw.
Okay, so you're fine.
14 for Gabba.
14 for you. You're fine as well. So the ground is a little bit slick and icky and just kind of, yeah, it's not very pleasant, as you're doing it. So Luca, what are you doing for your action?
Well, being as how they had said that the fishermen were missing, and these weird fish have shown up, and now this thing pops out of the barrel, she's kind of already decided that it's going to be not a good thing. So I think she would automatically just shoot a couple of Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay.
All right. First blast. Oh, that definitely should hit because I rolled an 18 plus the 7. So that's 25 to hit.
You hit for sure.
And my elder. That is 14 points of damage.
Still up.
The second one that I shoot at it is only an 11.
You miss.
Okay. First one hits it, second one goes wide.
Yep. Goes off. That brings it to me. And it's going to get both there. And yeah. And it's going to lash out at both of you with these wispy seaweed-like tentacles. A 16 on Gabba. Does it hit?
Oh, just shy.
Just shy. Okay. And a 16 on Luca.
That just hits.
That just hits. As it hits, you see all of a sudden those sparkles that came out turn to like sparks of electricity.
Okay.
As you take 10 points of lightning damage.
And my held action, I swing the scimitar.
Yep.
Which actually is a nat 20.
That hits.
That is 3 double 6. That's 11 slashing. And that's it.
Slashing. Okay. And it goes down. That was on 14, so that's on him. So I can do this one over here and this one over here. Pop out of other barrels of fish that are around.
Okay, and
then we are at
those other barrels.
We are at Val. Val, you're up.
Okay. Been a while since I played Val. I'm gonna try in this case. I need to figure out how to do this again. looking at the ability. It says, where is it now? Warding bond. There it is. Okay, so I gotta go touch them. So I'm gonna head over to Luca, if I can make
Oh,
it
boy.
within 30 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So can I?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to touch Luca, activating warding bond, which requires me to give her a platinum ring. So Val gives Luca a ring, goes, put this on and wear it proudly.
Drugs puts it on.
She casts a spell and casts Warding Bond. What Warding Bond does, it gives the creature bonus 1 AC and saving throws, and they have resistance to all damage. Any damage they take half returns to me.
Okay. So basically, your armor class goes up by 1. You get a +1 to your saving throws, and anytime you're hit, half damage that you take, and then the other half
Goes
Val.
to Val.
That's actually a pretty cool ability, to be honest with you. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
That would be the main turn. I don't think I have a bonus action spell. Let me double check. Well, spare the dying, but I don't think that's going to really help us here. And Sanctuary. Can I do... What is Sanctuary again? Any creature target the wounded creature with the water creature. Oh, okay, I can do that. So I will also cast Sanctuary on Luca.
Okay.
You
Just
can't
real
cast
quick.
two things in one turn.
Yeah, you can't cast, even though it's a cantrip, you can't cast 2 spells in one round.
Okay, because it said bonus action, so I assumed I could.
It is a bonus action, but it's a bonus action. Even if a bonus action, you still can't cast 2 spells.
My apologies, I didn't realize that.
That's okay. It's okay. So I take it that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn then.
Okay. So at that point, it's Runtash.
All right. Runtash is going to grab a hold of his holy symbol of Kumir and cast Bless on everybody. So that's 1d4 to attacks and saving throws. And he's not going to stay where he is. He's going to move next to Vanille.
Okay. There
And
you go.
That's it.
That's it for your turn. All right. We are at the top of the round. That would be Gabba. Gabba, you're not within 5 feet, so you don't have to worry about it.
She's all right. So the one that's closest to Lucas, she's just going to pick up a rock, channel some energy to it. It kind of glows green, and just throw it at the creature and go away. You stink.
Okay, roll the hit.
15 to hit.
Did you have that d4?
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to add the D4.
Oh, well, I think that would hit anyway, but
Because a 15 misses.
oh, well, 19. Oh, no, 4 on the D4.
You just hit. Barely.
Oh, with the rock.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. These
is
things have an AC of 19. Just so you know.
5, wow, 5 bludgeoning with the rock.
Nice.
That's it. Just go away. Smack. As she cast Magic Stone,
Very nice.
which is a bonus action.
Bonk.
Then his action.
Yeah,
she's gonna
casting is a
dodge.
bonus action, and then you threw the stone. Right?
Yeah, the
That's how it
casting.
works.
Well, the no. Well, it's all one thing. It's
Okay.
It's throwing the stone as a bonus action, but that's all she'll do for now.
Okay. All right. You can take another action. If that's fine. But
Oh, these are going down fast. She's just staying by Luca and out of range for the moment.
Okay, so Luca, I need you to make that Constitution saving throw again because you are within 5 feet of one of them.
12.
That is a fail.
Am I
you
throwing
will
up?
What's that?
Am I throwing up?
No, you're just kind of having a hard time moving in this slick, sticky stuff, like this goop. You get disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Okay.
So you may now take your action.
Okay. One good Eldritch Blast deserves another.
Yep. A little bit disadvantaged, but you're okay.
Dude, on the disadvantage, that was a nat 20. So the first one is a 15. You said that don't hit it.
15 will not hit it, no.
The second one will hit it
There we go.
with a 22.
That definitely hits.
Okay. And that is only going to be 7 points of damage.
Points, okay. Excellent.
Oh, I forgot to add the D4. Shoot.
Oh, yeah, that might have made
well.
a difference on that first one. 15. If you roll a 4,
No.
it's a hit. No? Okay.
I'll try it.
All right, that it for
I
your
did roll
your
a
turn?
4. Am I too
You
late?
did roll a 4. There you go.
Yeah.
So you hit it twice.
Still your turn.
Okay, so I'll roll the damage for the other one, which would be another 9.
Another 9 points. It's still up.
Bless,
Okay.
the best first level spell.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
And we are. It's on their turn. So with that, forward to there.
I've now written that down so I don't forget that D4 again.
And it will make. Okay, the one that's beside Val and Luca will be making one attack on Val, and that is a miss. And a 20 on Val.
That does hit.
Okay. And you will take 11 points of lightning damage.
11, huh?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
As this thing does you. And then the other one will be making 2 attacks on.
That's like I'm going to be vampiring some life off of him.
Oh, and that's does a 19 hit you, Runtash?
Yes, it does.
7 points of lightning damage.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Okay, and that is it for his turn, and that takes us to Val. Val, made Constitution saving throw, please.
Okie dokie.
Why it's Constitution, I don't know, but it just
Yeah, I think it'd be Dex.
it should be, but
11?
that's a fail. So you will get disadvantage on your action. Or on
Is
your
it?
next-
Does this count as a poison?
No.
Okay, wanted to make sure.
Probably more nauseous.
I
than-
think it's because you're it's almost like you're walking through, let's say you were walking through a field of entrails. And that kind of, you know what I mean? It's just kind of ew. Yeah, and that's probably why the Constitution, because that's what it's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
I think that's what kind of makes sense. All right, so what are you doing?
Vampiric touch on this creature in front of me.
Okay,
I roll at disadvantage, right?
yes, you do.
And I think I have bless, so I got to add the D4.
Yep.
So that's a total of 16 with the +3 from the bless.
That misses.
Okay.
That it?
That's it. Yep.
Okay, Runtash, you're up.
Okay.
Swing and a miss.
Runtash is going to cast Toll of the Dead on the creature that is in front to the left, the one that was already hit.
Okay, the one that's in front of Luca, or in front of
Yes.
Val.
Yes, sorry.
Yep.
That needs to succeed on a wisdom saving throw of 15.
Failed.
That takes 1d12 damage because it's already hurt. That would be a 12.
12 points. And okay, so there's one left. Do you have any more actions, or is that it?
That's it. That's it. Yep.
Okay. And top of the round, Gabba.
Gonna throw another rock. One left. She's almost having fun, but she knows her friends are annoyed by this. So
I'm assuming you're doing like one of these so you can get a clear shot.
apparently not, because I just rolled a nat 1.
Oof.
Roll damage.
Yes, I shall roll damage. You're going on the dunce timeout chair. You're going on the timeout chair. But because that was this stone, that is
or yeah, it's roll damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is it bonking? Is the question.
Five bludgeoning.
Okay, let me see who it actually hits. Oh, Luca, you take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Half.
Half. You take 2.
Because
3.
Yes.
Sorry.
As Gabba kind of winds up to throw and lets loose without stepping out. Oops.
And somehow Gabba sees 2 people react in pain.
Damn. Sorry.
So it's only 2 points there, Luca.
Okay.
Ready? And that's Gabba's turn, and that takes us. Luca, you're up.
All right. Let's see. How many are left?
1.
1 left.
Yep.
With 1 left, I think I'd just do another couple Eldritch Blasts at it.
Cool.
First one's a 24 to hit.
Hits.
And that will be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
21 to hit on the second.
Hit.
12 points of damage.
Wow.
Okay. Is that it?
That's my turn.
It disappears.
Well, that didn't work.
The creature
It didn't
disappears.
collapse, like it didn't flop down on the ground like a messy whatever. It literally disappeared from where it was.
Valna's going to stop chanting the vampiric touch because I'm assuming we're done with the combat.
10.
Oh, wait, maybe I'm not going to, just in case.
I'm looking around to see where.
Rutesh is also looking around to see where it goes.
It appears right beside you, Luca.
Wow. I'm glad I
13 to hit and a 22 to hit. I know the 22 hits you, but I don't think the 13 does.
Yes, the 22 will hit me.
Yeah.
4 points of lightning damage. And that's it for his turn. So
Okay, if it's 4 points of lightning damage, that means she takes 2 and I take 2.
2. Yeah, 2 and
Well,
2.
that's right.
Okay, and Val, you're up.
Okay, Val's going to just walk up to this creature since I still have vampiric touch. I was about to take it off. Tap. I'm going to do a hand touch. Oh, and I have to roll the thing, which I think Rack is still doing the blast, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I haven't dropped it.
So that's a dirty 21.
Hits.
Okay, now I gotta do the vampiric touch damage, which is 3d6. Okay. Rolled 8 total, and it says it does 8 damage, and I heal equal to half the amount dealt.
So you dealt 8, but it only had 3.
Don't delete Val.
So you get back 1.
Yay.
No, you killed
Did I delete the
Val.
wrong person?
Oh,
Val,
look,
you
new
died.
party member.
The squid is now our friend.
Where the hell is the...
Oh, that's funny.
Bring Val back. There you go. It's this one that has to go bye-bye. Okay, so you guys are there, and now there's 3 of these things on the ground. The fish that were the 3 barrels that they popped out of. The fish are all over the ground. They're all like it's a gooey mess. You see a faint glow coming from inside one of the barrels.
I'm gonna investigate that barrel.
Definitely, it'd be right there next to him. We
Yeah,
can see what he
you kind of
sees.
look in and you see down at the bottom. It looks like some kind of shell. It's just glowing faintly. Like a seashell.
I would not grab
That
that.
looks magical.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Gabba reaches for it.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Having it.
Might be a curse. Don't touch.
Okay, so you pick it up, Gabba.
Seems okay.
It seems like it's magical. It's glowing.
Can I tell as Gabba's holding it anything about it? That's what I know.
Are you gonna use an Arcana check or detect magic?
If
Or
you, yeah, I would do Arcana check if you.
okay, with an Arcana check, roll me an Arcana.
That'd be a 10.
It's magical.
So, what kind of shell is it? Is it like a half shell, or is it like a curled shell that you can listen to?
It's like a small, like almost like a miniature conch, about the size of your fist. Just a small little seashell that's just glowing. There's no sound or anything like that. It's just a shell that seems to be magical.
She
It
listens
just
to it.
says that likely could have been what animated these things that
Nothing.
attacked us.
You listen to it, you don't hear anything, other than you do hear that sort of the sound of the sea, but it's just like empty air going through the shell. So
Yeah.
After what Luca mentioned, I'm going to check the other barrels to see if there's shells in the other barrels.
Nope.
Well,
I think we should bring this to the attention of Mayor Thorne.
Valno's actually going to start asking people around if they are low on health or hurt.
well, I took some damage, but it's nothing that I won't recover from.
Okay. So everybody's like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm okay. And that's as I said, this is all morning, or as the morning's kind of gone and this little incident has happened, and the mist is slowly beginning to thin above Mistwood and above the rooftops as usual as the sun rises higher in the sky. A town crier arrives in a hurry, coming from the direction of the town hall. The mayor calls for council at once, he announces breathlessly. Strange tides stir and Shellborn's silence grows longer. All those with sharp minds and brave hearts report to the hall. And of course, you guys were already on your way there, gathering your belongings and your newly found shell, departing the market, and the faint sound of the sea strangely echoes in your ears for a moment, Gaba. Right, like it seems like it's going through the cobblestone streets as you head towards the hall, but yet you're miles and miles and miles away from the sea. It's just a sound, just kind of, and you guys go to the town hall. The oaken double doors of Mistwood's town hall swing open with a groan. Inside, torchlight flickers against carved stone walls as the scent of old parchment and herbal incense fills the chamber. The central dais, Mayor Evelyn Thorne, stands with furrowed brow, and around her members of the council, Santiago Valdezar, Elizabeth Woodhouse, and Randall Elsing whisper in urgent tones. But all fall silent when you enter. Ah, you're here, the mayor says with her eyes sharp and looking towards you guys. Perhaps, we have some time. So in the room, there is someone that you recognize, Luca, as well. Ava Sharps is standing off to the side, to the back.
Hi, Avis.
And she kind of nods politely in your direction. You guys are there, and they're talking amongst themselves. And she's taken a moment where she's acknowledged you, but at the same time, she's still speaking with her council. And they seem to be discussing the unnatural fish in the market and the disappearance of a crew from Shellborn Cove. Magical interference, of course, you hear that being talked about, it's suspected, and Elizabeth warns of a broken spiritual ward that was on the village of Shellborn Cove. Santiago offers logistical support, though, the southern area, like the travel, is really, it's unpatrolled, it's dangerous, there's no real road to get there, to get down in that direction. What are you guys trying to do? Obviously, they're wanting to recruit you. You hear them talking about different things like magic and oaths and pacts and things like that. You're hearing all this conversation. You've heard some, like Santiago said, he would offer you some kind of support if it would be of assistance, but all depending on what it is. And of course, some of you, any of you that have been traveling the area may have heard something about the cove itself. So what is everybody doing? I'll start with Runtash.
Where I've been in Mistwood, have I ever been to Shellborn Cove myself?
Well, you tell me. Shellborn Cove is about a day's travel south, off the Golden Road. There is no real road that gets there. There's just like faint hunting trails and farmer tracks and so on. And you travel through grassland and farmland to get to the coastal area of the southern expanse, or Seahorse Gulf, the Gulf of Seahorse Isles, which is another kingdom down in that area. Would there be a reason that Runtash would have traveled there?
Probably not, now that you mention it. So I'm going to be, we've pretty much already decided we're probably going to go. So I'm going to be looking for directions, probably the quickest or safest way to get there.
Okay, so you are trying to get a little extra help in directions or whatever else. So that's what you're going to be doing. Val, what are you doing?
I was actually going to do something similar to what Runetash is doing, only I was going to use a spell for that method. If Runetash can get around without, me having to cast a spell, then I'll probably just follow him and help him.
I will just point out something. If your spell has any kind of semantics, you would be casting a spell in the presence of other spellcasters in the town hall of an important figure in the region.
Fair enough.
Just you'd have to think about that. So
Yeah, you might want to ask first.
Just want to put that out there. So so you're going to wait and see what happens with Runetash's chance. Okay, Gabba, what are you doing?
Basically, I'm going to help follow Runetash for now. Sorry.
No. Gabba's interest peaked when they mentioned about a ward that went down or something like that. Yep. I think her interest is more because knowing her job and the importance of wards, she wants to figure out the best way to, if anyone has any tips on how to restore it.
Okay. So you're going to be talking with Elizabeth about that particular thing. Luca, what about you?
I would go stand next to Avis.
Uh-huh.
And maybe mention to her, I got lightninged a couple times. We got to figure out what's going on with this. I'm taking this personal.
Okay. Ava said, yeah, that could be an issue. We'll get back to Runetash. Runetash, I need you to make me... let's do a persuasion or insight.
Always insight. 19.
Okay. So you're kind of trying to get a reading from them, and you're actually speaking with Evelyn and Santiago, and you're trying to get directions and whatnot. Evelyn looks at you, very, very astutely with your conversation, and she says, "You speak with some wisdom." And then she looks over at Santiago, who Santiago owns the Iron Wheel Trading Company. She says, "Grant them some rations for the trip, and make sure you give them a map of the Hunter's Trail that leads down that way." And then, of course, Santiago nods and hands you a map, and he points over to a table that has like sacks of what looks like rations that have been divvied out, dried breads and cured meats and so on. Moving over to what? Sorry.
Does it help that Luca's been down that Hunter's Trail before?
That's going to definitely help.
Okay.
Once you kind of see the map that's being handed over, you're kind of looking over. You sort of recognize that vicinity. You've been down to the Shellborn Cove before, to that region.
Yeah.
Gabba, I need you to make me an Arcana or Religion check.
Things I'm worse at. That is a 5.
Yeah. You struggle to try and, like, what she's explaining to you. You're struggling to kind of connect the magical binds in your your mind. It's just not adding up to what she's talking about with this oath or pact, and especially why it would involve fish. It just really doesn't really get it. And she frowns a little bit, and then she just kind of says, "Well, it was only a theory that it might be, a broken oath." That's all she really says at this point.
Oath to who?
To Gabba.
No.
Yeah. So,
Shellborn.
Lukey, you're kind of watching the mayor and the map exchange, so you're really kind of missing out on a little bit of the conversation.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. That Gabba's having with Elizabeth, who's the high priestess of Brolene in the region. So You guys get the rations and you get the map, and the council's decision is made. Santiago presses the map into your hand, Runtash, making sure that you have a grip on it. Elizabeth offers a quiet blessing, her fingers glowing faintly with divine light. Basically giving you guys bless, but it's going to wear off long before you reach Shellborn Cove. And as you step back outside, the wind carries the scent of salt and something older, like bones, long buried beneath the ocean floor. Just an odd aroma that just kind of wafts over you for a minute. But the path to Shellborn Cove awaits, uncharted for the most part. But you do have a hunter's map and windswept, and for the most part, silent. Anything you guys want to do immediately as you walk out of the hall?
Luca would have to say, "I'll be right back. Gonna go get something out of my cottage."
Okay. So you run off to retrieve something from the cottage?
Someone from the cottage.
Oh, okay.
And she goes and gets thistledown, the familiar, to bring along. And she'll come back, and you'll see the white raven riding on her shoulder.
Oh.
Okay.
Burb.
Secret.
Sorry, I'm just bringing everybody back onto the map here. There we go. All right, just so everybody's back. With that, the cobbled streets of Mistwood fade behind you as your boots press into windswept grass and coastal soils. The trail south is no true road, but just a series of game paths and gullies cutting across farmland and grassy plains towards the Seahorse Gulf. Rolling meadows stretch towards the horizon, speckled with salt-thirsty shrubs and distant flocks of seabirds. The scent of brine is faint at first, growing stronger as you near the distant coast. Somewhere down the southern reaches, after a long day of travel, Shellborn Cove waits, too quiet for comfort.
Will we reach it before nightfall?
You'll reach it just before nightfall, yes. As you're going, let me just make sure here. I need one. Someone can make me a survival with advantage because you have not only the map, but you have a person that has been this route before. Someone can make me a perception.
I'll do perception.
I'll do survival.
You'll do survival. And I've got a nature, an athletics, or an arcana roll.
Because we're traveling here and Luca has been this way before, I would have been questioning her and providing her guidance. So that's 1d4 on any check that you make, Luca.
Okay. So Luca, your perception you get to added 1d4. Runtash, you get advantage with your survival. So we'll start with you two. So let's start with survival.
Uh-huh.
Oh, 11 on both. 18.
And 18. Well, you do manage to kind of plot out with the map what is the safest goal or the safest route to get there. So you've done that. Now, perception. Go ahead, Luca.
That's a 26 total.
26. During your travel, and it's, as I said, it's pretty much the full day that you're going. You manage to spot bits of unstable terrain that look like that's a muddy bog over there. That grass over there is moving a little bit like there might be some kind of a predator in those grasses, and especially with the help as well of Thistle, you avoid those particular incidents as well. So now for the other two, for Val and for Gaba, as I said, I've got nature would help, athletics, or arcana.
I got athletics or try athletics.
Okay.
And I can do Arcana.
Okay, go ahead.
Would you imagine I'm good at I'm supposed to be good at this?
I take it you didn't roll well.
I rolled a 12.
Yeah, okay, you don't notice anything. So that's a
And Gaba, with her athletics, got a 25.
nice.
Very good.
So you manage that when there is areas on this path that are fairly steep, muddy, some sinkholes here and there, you manage to avoid them or climb through them and help your party to navigate as well. You arrive unscathed at the town. As the mist begins to creep up from the lowland areas and as night's coming down and from the water itself, strange singing echoes across a field, warbled, liquid, wrong. Figures descend from the sky. Avian forms laced with seaweed and barnacles, their eyes glowing faint blue. Now, right now, they're not swooping down at you, but they are swooping downwards and coming in over the water. Now, I will let you know what you see.
As we see this, I'm going to reach out to Valnil and provide them with Vigilant Blessing, which means they have advantage on any sort of initiative check.
Okay.
We've been
Awesome.
all day on the road after fighting that battle. I really think we need to rest before we fight anything. Maybe we should stop before we get any further. Try to find some place we can camp.
I
Are
agree.
those creatures on the way here, though?
Well, I thought they were coming to the town, and we haven't got to the town yet, right?
Oh.
They're swooping down over where you are. They sort of look like this, except their eyes are glowing.
Oh, so they see us?
Oh yeah, they
No,
see you. They see
oh.
the town. They seem to be just kind of circling around.
Yeah, I think we should back off instead of heading into town.
There's 3 of them.
And get a rest before we go in any further.
Oops.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was weird. There you go. So yeah, you do see them.
How far away are they?
About 120 feet up.
So they're above us.
They don't seem to be making any moves at this point to attack.
Vano says, I will take watch then. You can all sleep.
Okay, well, as you guys are there, and as the last ridge falls away beneath your steps, the land curves into a sheltered crescent Shellborn Cove. As I said, you were approaching the village. Its boats sit adrift, some of them splintered in their moorings. Not a soul moves among the thatched cottages or nets on drying poles. Only the wind, the waves, and the lingering hum that tugs faintly at the edge of your thoughts. The silence is complete. So you set up a watch, and you kind of camp. You haven't gone into the town. You're just the village. You're just kind of there looking down at it. These things are still circling over top every once in a while. You see them. They disappear from sight for a while. Thistle seems a little bit on edge. Does not want to take to flight while they're in the air.
Okay.
So are we waiting this out for the night?
She would convey that to the others. Thistle's afraid to take to the air to those things.
Probably best that she doesn't.
Yeah. They're not friendly.
All right, so yeah, maybe we should hunker down and keep watch and see what they do.
Okay. You guys set up watch, and you do your rotations, and you get a long rest.
If it matters, I ritually cast Liamon's tiny hut for the time that we're taking our rest.
Okay. Okay, you can definitely do that. But the night does pass, and come morning, you do not see these things flying over top.
Would I have been able to see where they went?
No.
Okay.
They just, at some point throughout the night, they've flown off.
They buggered off.
They buggered off. In the morning, the scent of salt and rot hangs heavily in the air, the still air, actually, as you enter Shellborn Cove. Seabirds perch on rooftops, but do not cry. Fishing boats drift lazily against their moorings, sails torn, some hulls waterlogged. The village is deathly quiet. Nets hang limp on drying poles. Doors are ajar, but the homes are empty. At the far end of the cove, near a barnacle-crusted shrine of driftwood and stone, a figure in deep blue robes kneels beside a tide pool, seemingly whispering in prayer. What do you do?
That's the only person we see. I think we probably want to walk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
Gab was looking around for any signs of people. Like if there's a building nearby, she's going to go in, see if there's anybody in there. Are there any bodies?
Right, so
Is
you're
there-
gonna investigate the village as you're walking through.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Okay. Well, if you guys are investigating the village, you guys, because two of you said you were going to do it, both Val and Gabba said you were going to check things out. One of you can make me an investigation roll with advantage, or you can make an investigation roll each.
I say each.
Yeah, do each.
So basically, one's checking out one house and one's going to another one.
Yeah, investigation. 8.
14.
Okay,
Better?
so with the 8, as you're kind of looking, Gabba, you search among overturned crates and waterlogged belongings, but find nothing. But the signs of panic and flight, shattered plates, trampling from boots, half-packed satchels, that's what you find. However, Val, as you're looking through one particular fisher's hut, tucked under a sodden bedroll, you find a journal. Its pages are smeared with salt water, but legible. The tides sing at night now. I woke on the beach again. I think something calls me in my sleep.
Okay. This is going to be a moment where I'm going to cast Augury now. And I'm going to basically... I'm trying to remember how Augury works. It allows you to make a yes or no question to the god, if I remember correctly.
All right.
So I'm basically going to word it like this. Does the information in this book have anything to do with what we're looking for?
Yes.
Okay. That's all. That's all I can think about. Making sure that to verify.
Yeah, making sure that I'm not tricking you with a red herring.
Yes.
No, this has something to do with what you're looking for.
As to what, I don't know, and I don't know how to properly ask a question like for such a purpose.
Well, you did fine. So you guys are checking out buildings as you go, and Runtash and Luca, you've made it down to the shrine where this person is kneeling in prayer. It's clear as day that she is definitely kneeling in prayer.
Luca would say, "Hello, we've come to see what we can do to help and find out what's going on here. Can you tell us what's happened?"
Okay, she looks up, a meek smile at best on her face, and she says, "I'm Elder Marna Tidecaller. I'm the spiritual leader here." And you're asking her questions, and you guys are talking. You can make me an insight or a persuasion check.
All right. If I'm there next to Luca, would you want me to make an insight or anything too? Because I'd be listening to the conversation.
Or if you're listening, you can make me just the insight part of it. Because Luca's doing the talking, then she can make me persuasion if that's better.
Okay, persuasion is 19.
19. Okay, and the insight from Runtesh?
A natural 1.
You're
I'm off in space, just at what's around me.
Okay. The altar looks really cool.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So it's like a
With
6 altogether.
the persuasion, Luca, she lowers her gaze, staring at the wet ground. There was a ritual during the last storm, and I was late. I was distracted. The offering wasn't made in time. I think I broke it. The sea listens now. It remembers. She seems
A
like
ritual and offering to what? She asks.
To the gods of the sea. To Thara. It's our oath.
Oh.
So looking, because you were completely oblivious to the what was going on in that conversation, Ruintash, you can make me a religion or arcana check as you kind of notice the shrine. It's like an altar of coral and whalebone and stormglass.
Ooh, a natural 20 for a total of 27.
Nice.
Ooh, as you're distracted and you just kind of you touch it here and there, and your fingers brush the salted etched stone. A faint pulse of residual energy tingles along your skin. This was once a strong pact site. A very strong ward, divine. You sense the signature of Thara, mistress of storms, but the magic is frayed. But it clings on like a sailor to driftwood. You get that image as you're touching this very sacred holy shrine.
She feels like her influence has been removed as I check out and put my hand down along the shrine. It's like she's been removed from here somehow or cut off from your town.
And again, she hangs her head. She says, "It's my fault. I didn't complete it in time. I didn't do the ritual. She demands a ritual during the storm, and I didn't do it. So now whatever's happening is my fault." And she rises, wind all of a sudden catching her robes like sails for a moment. "You must go to the reef," looking at the four of you as the other two catch up from searching the buildings, "where the light hums beneath the waves. That is where it waits. The song, it grows louder there." She hands you a shard of pale blue glass, cool to the touch. "This will guide you. It will glow when the reef is near." You glance once more at the empty village behind you before turning towards the southern cliffs and the tide calls. And you're looking out over these areas. There are skiffs all about, boats, because obviously where she's telling you to go is in the water. You're going to have to go by by skiff to get out there to the reef. Anything you guys want to say or ask?
Gabba will look up at Gabba will look up to her and go, "Shell," and show her the shell that they found in the barrel.
Oh, well, that's handy. 1 second here. I have to go back. Yeah. Where'd it go? I know it's here somewhere. Oops. There it is. That is a sea touch shell, she tells you. Once per day, you can breathe underwater for 10 minutes.
Ooh. Do you have more of these? Because I don't do underwater very well. I really don't.
Well, I don't have any more of those, but and because you did roll well enough on your persuasion, she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a small bluish white pearl and she hands it over to you. She says, "This is a pearl of breath. It will let you breathe for 1 hour once per long rest."
Wow. How long did she say the shell?
10 minutes.
Take that thing. That's 2 of us. We still have 2 others.
Nothing more I have to give. I'm sorry.
Understand.
Yeah, there's nothing that I can do to help, unfortunately.
Val just basically says you do not need to fear about me with water.
Good.
There's just one you have to worry about. And then she does look and she says, "The tide is out at the moment. It's fairly shallow out by the reef. That may help."
Yes, it would.
So you guys regroup and you find there's abandoned boats all along the shoreline, tied up at docks, and you manage to find a fairly stable skiff to go and push yourself out into the waters towards where she said, and of course you've got this blue shard of glass that says, "Well, it will let you know." The cliffs and the stoneworks of the coastal areas fall away behind you as you push off, and the sea is unnaturally calm. Its surface like polished obsidian, broken only by faint trails of bioluminescence. As you approach a coral ringed island, barely large enough to stand on, the pale blue shard in your hand begins to glow. Beneath the waves, a vast network of shimmering kelp and glowing stone spirals downward towards the reef, and the water sings. What are you doing?
Watching and listening. It's pretty.
I'm going to take a scan down before we leave to see if I can see anything down the hill.
Down inside under the water, because it sort of looks like a spiral staircase that's going down. It definitely doesn't go very far. Very far. Man, I can't even speak. Language, English, please. It's about 60 feet below, and you see what looks like a coral altar at the bottom.
Valno said, "I can scout out ahead if you wish."
All right.
Sure. I will put my hand on Valnor's shoulder and just say, "Be wary, be careful. Vigilance blessing." So you have, if anything happens, you have advantage on initiative.
Fair enough.
Okay. So Val, you're going to go down as you start to descent down this spiral underwater staircase. I need actually 3 different rolls from you.
Bring 'em on.
I need an athletics.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you the answer to that one first?
Yeah.
Nat 1.
You're having a hard time getting down by yourself because the currents are so strong. It's not because you can't breathe underwater. It's just the strength of the currents.
She's just basically struggling, going.
Anybody going to help? She seems to be
well-
having a hard time getting under the water.
I guess
Or swimming along.
Luca will be clutching that pebble or whatever she gave her that lets her breathe underwater for an hour. And we'll go with her to kind of help her get down.
Okay. So you can make me an athletics check, please.
That would be 16.
Okay. You manage to navigate through the currents as you're moving downwards. I need you both now to make me perception rolls.
Oh, by the way, I would have left Thistle up on the boat.
Okay. Yeah. This is like, I'm not going down there.
And probably invisible, too.
Okay. So what's
what'd
your
you say?
perception rolls?
Dirty 20.
Okay, this guy is getting the dunce cap.
Okay. So 4 points of piercing damage, Val, as you're moving under the water, as you catch yourself on jagged coral. You're fine, Luke, as you go down. And now I need both of you to make me Arcana checks.
$17.
9.
You're oblivious to this, Val, but you sense it, Luke, as you're going down.
Wishing dice.
There are magical pulses, and this is not like ether bloom pulses. This is actual just magical pulses that are unstable along this entire reef that you're going down. You guys do manage, though, to get down the 60 feet to the structure that's there, this altar, which looks very, very similar to the one that's on shore that Marna was praying at. It's made of storm glass and bone coral, and it is pulsing faintly.
Gabba is going to take the little shell, and she's going to offer it to Runetash. Here, help if needed.
Thank you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna wait here for us to come back?
Look, very powerful, and friend Val too. So, if they need Gabba, they'll let Gabba know.
All right. I don't really feel comfortable leaving Gabba by herself, but I'll follow behind Val and Luca and activate the shell.
Okay. So you'll need to make those 3 rolls as well: athletics and perception for sure.
Luca, while she's down there, would be looking around for something that she could put on the altar that might help things.
So you're inspecting the altar a little bit?
Well, she's looking around to see if there's anything she could put on there that would make them happy.
An offering? No, not really. You don't see anything around the altar.
All right. So 21 athletics. And what was the other 2, sorry?
Perception and Arcana.
10 for perception. And 11 for Arcana.
Okay, so you take 5 points of piercing damage as you snag on coral going down. And you don't notice anything about the magic as well. And again, you reach the bottom where you see this structure of storm glass and bone coral that's pulsing faintly. And you see Luca looking around the ground.
Did she find any breaks in the structure?
So you start to inspect the actual altar?
Yeah.
Okay, religion or arcana check, please.
Please.
So is this a self-contained closed
Arcana
room?
check.
Yeah, it looks like it's sort of like a chamber that's open but yet not, and under the water,
Okay.
kind of
It's
nestled
20
into the reef. Sorry,
23. 23.
23.
Arcana. check.
This particular altar is meant to bind and protect. You feel its resonance with the surface shrine. You feel that connection as you're examining it. But the magic has soured, bent towards perhaps something darker or just not connecting completely. There is definitely something, like you can sense it. There's a ritual, and you heard enough about the ritual, like during the conversation you had with Marna. You know what the ritual entails. It does require certain activities and actions to do. You guys can do it together, or you can take turns doing it if you want, to see if you can perhaps restore the ritual. However,
That's what I was
meanwhile,
thinking.
back on the surface,
We have to go back up to talk it over.
as they're down there, Gaba, a ripple passes over the water. From a crevice in the reef, just a little ways up, drifts a humanoid form. Long hair drifting like seaweed, eyes glowing with blue flames. Her body is partially coral, partially bone, and wholly unnatural. And her song begins to echo through your skull. Make me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. I've never done one of those before.
Would Thistle be telling Luca about this telepathically?
I need you at this point to actually make me a charisma saving throw for Thistle as well.
13.
Yeah. You're frightened. Like literally frightened. It's like stuck to your seat in the skiff.
So,
Frightened. You're almost tempted to just start rowing away. But not quite. But you're afraid. How did Thistle do on his on
a
on
charisma
their,
saving throw, did you say?
Yeah.
That
Yep.
just uses the charisma modifier as
Yep.
the plus? So that's a 17.
Okay. So yes, you get as you're inspecting the thing down there, you get a telepathic message from Thistle that something is here.
Okay. So as soon as she hears that, she would tap Valnil and Rune
Yes.
on the shoulder and point up with her eyes big, pointing up, and start headed back up there.
Runetash will follow suit.
Same in Volno.
Okay. You guys make your way to the surface. It's a lot quicker going up than it was going down, for certain. As you get to the top, I need you all to make me charisma saving throws.
Oh, 6.
That's a nat 20.
Same here.
That'd be 24.
So 2 nat 20s.
Although I get a -1 on my
28.
charisma, so
Okay, so
19.
either way, those of you that made that roll, you're fine. As for Runetash, you are frightened for 1 full minute. Like you're just kind of like in the water, not wanting to get up as you hear this song that is echoing through your mind. It's terrifying. It's a wail. It's sorrowful and sad. I need a initiative roll. For everybody.
Not so good. 13.
By the way, is that song a spell or a magical effect?
It's a magical effect.
Okay. Do we have to continue to make saving throws against it?
You will have to. Where is it here? You must make the save. Make another saving throw every turn,
Okay.
as long as she continues
forgot.
that whale.
But This'll has advantage at least on those.
I'm half tempted to, on my turn, check and see if she's an undead.
Okay, Ruin.
Natural one with a total of 2.
Val.
17.
Kava.
Nat 20 for a 24.
Luca.
Initiative is 18.
Okay, are you using Thistle as a help action?
Yeah, I'll just have them
Okay.
help it.
So you get your advantages. Okay, perfect. All right. And top of the round is Gaba. You are terrified, but you can make another saving throw.
Oh, another saving throw. Oh, good.
Yeah. Because again, top of the round, so you can actually attempt to break free of this whale.
Charisma. It's in that one.
Oof.
Yeah, you're frightened, which means you're going to get disadvantage on anything you do against this thing. As I said, the look of her, she's beautiful in many ways, but like her hair is like just drifting wet seaweed, these glowing eyes, this beautiful coral body, but also bone exposed. Definitely weird, like unnatural looking for certain. You've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, she just got her sword out and she's like, stay back, and held action, ready to strike with it if it gets within range.
Okay.
That's it.
Luca.
Luca's gone.
Did you leave?
Fainted.
She get bamfed on us? Yep, she did. She'll be back. Give her a moment.
Luca.
Oh, there she is. And she's back. Luca, you're up.
Right as you said Luca, it kicked me out. Don't understand that.
I did it. It was my fault.
I don't know why.
Because of the call of Luca.
I started to reply. Oh, I saw it go down. Anyway, so she's coming up the steps and she's already above the surface, right?
Yep.
And the creature is how far away?
She's about 60 feet, like over the water. She's like at this small little band of reef that's about 60 feet away up from where you are.
Up in the air?
Nope, she's like coming across the water.
Oh, and we're not yet above the water.
Well, you're above the water, but she's 60 feet away. Like she's walking on
Yes.
the water and the reef.
Okay, gotcha. All right, let's see. I guess I would take a held action of Eldritch Blast if she does anything that seems hostile,
Okay.
and maybe say to Runtash, see if you can get her to talk to us. Tell her that we're gonna finish the ritual.
All right.
Okay, so that's Luca. It's your turn. So Val, you're up next.
Okie dokie. Val is going to do her go-to for right now because she's sensing that the weakest member of the party is Luca, given that she doesn't seem like a tank compared to the rest of the clerics and barbarian-looking person. So
Gabba's the little female goblin.
yes, but she looks like she could take a hit.
True.
Wait, why am I rolling? I'm rolling to see if I actually successfully touch Luca with the warding bond spell.
You just touch her.
I just
resist them, that's fine.
So yeah, touch her, give her the ring again, and go. Take this for protection.
Are you married now?
Nice. Is that all? That's all you're doing, Val?
Yeah, that's my action warding bond.
Okay. She stops that wail. You're no longer afraid, Gabba. But she starts to sing a very melodic, beautiful song. I need everybody to make me a wisdom save.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
12.
12.
18.
So, Gabby, you're fine. Luca and Runtash, you guys jump into the water or jump further into the water and you start swimming towards it.
Mhm.
You want to be close to her. She's so beautiful. That song is so calming and reassuring.
Siren?
This still got a 15, by the way.
Yeah, meets it, beats it. So this looks fine.
Okay.
So you guys notice this. Ruin, you're swimming. So that's your action for this round. So we will jump to the top of the next round. Gava, what are you doing as your two friends have now started swimming towards her? You don't know
I have
why.
to be.
Maybe they're
Yeah.
going to attack. You know?
No, I have to be honest. She's not frightened. They're swimming. She's like, where are you going?
You guys can answer. You're not. You are charmed. Essentially, you are charmed. She's your friend. She's beautiful. The song is beautiful.
She just wants us to come over. She's great. Come on, let's go.
She would tread water, turn back to Gabba and say, she's beautiful. The song is beautiful. I have to go to her.
Okay.
I
Action.
can tell she sounds weird.
Yeah, action. Gabba starts rowing the boat towards the lady. It's like, okay, we're coming.
You say so. Gabba and Thistle are rowing towards. You're still in the water, Val. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to see if I can. I'm gonna use my eyes of the grave to detect to see if I detect any undead.
She is not undead.
Okay, so not a banshee. This makes me think siren. Okay, if that's the case, I'm gotta double check and see if that eyes of the grave was a bonus action or an action. Been a while since I played Val.
I think that's just an ability.
Yeah, it's an ability, but I'm trying to figure out. It uses channel divinity. Yeah, it's just an ability. So okay. So I get to still do an action.
Oh,
Okay.
What was the O?
no, I don't know if activating channel divinity is an action or not. That's all. But I'll let DM decide.
Oh, as an action.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is an action.
Thank you.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Wasn't sure.
So Val, that was you. She's
Yeah,
going to
we are
continue
next.
singing.
Okay.
And Luca and Runtash are still going to be swimming. And now Gaba is moving the boat towards.
I could still move, by the way, right?
Yeah, you're not.
So I would probably follow them just in case to make sure they're safe.
Are you swimming
All right.
or in the boat with Gabba?
Swimming. Because I wasn't in the boat.
Gabba has less weight to row with, so she could probably keep up with the others.
Oh yeah, you're right up there, and you guys get close enough to see this woman. She's singing and very unassuming. She's looking at the two of you as basically Luca and Runtash. You get out of the water. You're standing on this kind of rocky part of the reef that's maybe only about an inch underwater, and you're just kind of looking at her, sort of mesmerized. Just such a beautiful melody that she's singing, and you get there, Gaba, as well. You're kind of caught up. You're rowing. She kind of looks at you, strange, and at that point, you see her hand just kind of do this, and the skiff rocks a little bit. I need a con save from Val.
Okie dokie. A dirty 20.
Okay. You will take half damage from this, but what's end up happening is you notice it as you're swimming. A small ripple starts on the other side of the boat, like the back side of the boat that you're swimming up to and behind, and it turns into a massive wave that pulses outwards and pushes you. You take only 5 points of cold damage, and you're pushed back only 5 feet. So it's almost like you're not moving very fast.
Okay. Val's going to call out to Gabba. Wait up for me then.
Gabba, she's still singing the song. Make sure. See if she can. All right. She reinitializes her song, and you can make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Gabba?
Yep.
Wisdom. So I can actually do this. And that is dirty 20.
Okay, you're still fine. So what are you doing as you see your friends, like you're maybe 10 feet from her, and she's just singing and looking at the three of you.
Well, she'll walk up within, well, she'll try to get within 5 feet of her.
Okay, she lets you walk up to her.
What do you want? She'll just ask. And that's it.
Okay. As you do that, and Val, you're still swimming. Now you're kind of swimming against the current a little bit.
Yep.
Gavin, this woman, she reaches out her hand and just gently goes across your face, and it feels a little scaly and different and rough, but also at points smooth, but gentle. She's not doing anything bad at the moment. Val. That's kind of defeating the purpose against you, but well, whatever. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. And she uses a legendary action.
16.
Okay. As you're going, your movement is now next, like you're basically moving 5 feet per round. The kelp and the seaweed from beneath you as you're swimming is coming up and tangling around your body, kind of almost holding you back, but it's definitely slowing you.
She's gonna try to like pull herself away from the kelp.
Well, you're getting away from it. You're just not moving very fast. You're now going through extremely difficult terrain.
Okay.
Gaba.
3. Of Luca and of I'm guessing Luca. Does Luca look hurt?
No.
No, I don't know, Luca. Do you look hurt?
No.
Okay. Well, there'd be no need for that. She'll kind of tug a little on Luca and Runetash, and then she'll look up the lady. We have to go fix the altar now. We come back after, maybe.
Luca and Runetash don't seem willing to leave.
No, I'm okay right here.
You have no problem leaving and going down in the water.
Did we get to make another saving throw against the siren song?
Nope.
Mm.
It is a timed situation. But you guys know that again, you have some free will. Gaba says you have to go down and fix the altar. You guys know that Gaba can't breathe underwater.
Mm-hmm.
You can still take the action to give him one of the items.
Oh,
Aren't they used already?
it would
though?
work.
Yeah,
No?
because it's a different possessor.
Oh.
I would hand the shell back to Gaba to complete the ritual while I stay here with her.
And Luca would do the same, hand the thing over to say,
So now you have both items.
Go fix it.
Gaba. They have no problem with you go ahead, go fix it. We're just going to stay here.
Get Val to help.
And you're swimming towards all this, Val, and you see this going on. You see Gaba get handed these items and told to go fix the.
Okay. Am I close enough to Luca and Runetash?
No, you're just at the back of the boat at this point. You could actually climb into the boat if you want.
Okay, I'm going to climb into the boat and try to see if I can get over to them.
Okay, so you climb through the boat, and then you go up, and you're standing beside Gaba. And she's looking at you strangely. Still seeing you.
Can I touch either Runetash or Luca?
Why couldn't you?
What? Well, I didn't know if I was close enough.
You're within 5 feet.
Okay, if that's the case, protection from evil and good. And I'm going to cast it on Luca.
Okay, so what is it? Are you protecting from good or protecting from evil?
I'm going to try protected from evil.
Okay.
And if the person is charmed, they get a reroll.
Okay, but what if the person that's charming them isn't evil?
I don't know. It just says if the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature. Okay, so yeah. So if
they don't get this roll, so you cast it, and nothing happens. Still the same. It's a go ahead. They're telling you to go fix the ritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Volno's gonna just turn to the creature and go, "Why are you forcing my friends into your service?"
You don't know that.
Oh, okay. I assumed that they were charmed because they were.
You don't know they're charmed. They just said they're happy and content staying there, that her song is beautiful and she's beautiful, and they just want to stay here with her for a while.
Yeah, which sounds like they're charmed, but okay.
And she doesn't respond to you. She just keeps singing.
Okay, so she's not evil, and she's just singing. All right. There's one other thing I can do next turn, but that is my turn for now.
Okay. Gabba. Back to you again.
Gabba would activate water breathing from one of them, whichever gives the longest. I forgot which.
The one for an hour, the pearl.
And then hand them over to Val, even if Val probably doesn't need it, before going into the water.
Okay. So you get handed these things, Val, and Gabba dives into the water.
What things did she pack both of them over?
The pearl and the shell.
Oh, great! Now Val's gotta go save Gabba. Damn it!
No, Gabba's going to go fix the altar. She's not, or try anyway.
Can she breathe underwater?
She took the item to breathe. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She activated it. She has water breathing now for 1 hour, and then she gave the item to you.
Ah.
So I need an athletics check, Gabba, because you're swimming down directly rather than taking the stairs.
Athletics check. All right. You were pretty good. Athletics. Ooh. 15.
All right. So you managed to get down to the altar. What are you doing at the top, Val? You see the form of Gabba swimming away under the water towards the altar.
Go help.
I'm going to assume that Gabba knows what she's doing, and I'm going to try to recover Runetash and Luca by basically bonking them. The best I can do right now.
So bonking them like you're raising your fist to them, or you?
I'm basically going to get them both a bonk in the back of the head to try to see if I can snap them out of it.
Okay.
Does it work is the question.
Well, let me just see here. Are you guys trying to resist getting hit? Looks like Val's going to punch you.
I'd probably duck.
Yeah, I would step back and be like, "What are you doing?"
So you need it to hit roll.
All right. I guess I can only hit one at a time.
Yep.
So I'm going to choose Luca again. Letting fate decide this.
Are you slapping her?
She's just basically trying to do a bonk in the top of the head with her fist.
Oh.
And I rolled a for unarmed an 18 to hit.
Okay.
That hits.
So, that hits. What's your damage?
2.
Okay. Luca, you can make me another.
Oh, and she's warded, so I take 1 of that.
Oh, so she only takes 1?
Yes.
Oh, so you do not get to make another saving throw.
What?
Need to do more than 1 point of damage.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay, now you've made a strike at her. I need you to make me another dexterity saving throw. As she can use her legendary action once per round.
Well, that's a 3.
You're restrained as sea kelp rises up from the water and starts to pull you back away from them. Because you physically struck them. She's now caused the sea kelp to rise up and fight against you. Down below, Gabba. You are at the altar. Now, you have this option. You need to make me... I need 3 successes, and this is the thing. So you'll be making rolls between religion, performance, or insight. Which one would you choose?
Probably insight.
Okay.
I think would be the
Roll me your
best.
first insight check.
Oh boy.
Oh, I
An
never-
8.
Okay. That's one fail. Do you want to continue with insight, or do you want to try religion or performance?
I'll try performance.
Okay. I take it that was bad.
That's a 5.
You're trying your best to restore this ritual, and you're looking at the ruin or at the altar, and it starts to crumble, and parts of it are falling off. And next roll is so you're gonna performance, insight, or religion.
I'll do religion. But now with that die, could have went flying on the floor.
It's probably best.
I don't know. With these die, that's an 11.
Oh dear.
I know.
The altar crumbles to pieces.
Oh,
Broken.
The ritual is gone,
boy.
broken.
Oh, boy.
On the surface, I am going to do. Yeah, I think that's what she's definitely going to do. She's going to reinitiate her luring song at this point. Just going to stop singing for a moment, so it actually will break the charm. However, as she starts it again, I need Val, Runetash, and Luca
To all roll wisdom saving
to roll
throws.
charisma saving throws.
Oh, charisma saving
Or,
throws.
sorry, wisdom saving throw.
15.
25.
Nice.
21.
Okay, you guys are all fine. You know you've been charmed.
And Val is restrained.
Valnil is still restrained. Val, you can make me a strength check to break out if you like.
Not with that. I rolled a 3.
Okay. So we're still in initiative. So at this point, Gabba, you're at the top of the round. You're down below. This altar is crumbled. What are you doing?
Well, she's actually. I mean, is it like in dust now, or is it like the rocks have fallen
It's
apart?
like pieces, like bits of shell and bone. It's not even recognizable at this point.
She tries. I mean, just as Gabba, she tries trying to scoop it up and make its own pile again. Try to do something with it, but
So you're trying to. Okay.
yeah,
So that's your action.
That's her
Luca.
action.
Luca,
Yep.
how close am I to the siren thing?
5 feet from her.
5 feet. Smile. Walk over to her. Reach out and touch her. Can I do that?
You can make it to hit roll. Yeah. Actually, let me
Okay.
just double check. Actually, no, she lets you touch her.
I'm reaching out to touch her with a 2-hit roll of 20, nat 20 with chill touch.
Okay.
So that's a 27 to hit.
Yep. Roll your damage.
That is 11 points. Wait. Yeah, 11 points of necrotic damage.
Necrotic
Ooh.
damage.
And it
Nice.
cannot regain hit points until the end of my next turn.
Okay. It's fine. Okay. So that's your action. And at that, Val, what are you doing?
Good.
Wait.
Oh.
I think I can, as a bonus action, Misty Step.
Yeah, because that is not a spell. Yeah.
And how far away was the boat?
Oh, it's like 10 feet, 12 feet.
Okay, I'd Misty Step back
Into the boat.
20 feet. No, behind the boat if there's someplace I could stand.
Oh, parts of the reef, yeah. A little bit deeper in the water.
Would I be knee deep?
Nah, maybe ankle deep.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do. Go through back behind the boat and say, okay.
Okay, Val.
Gonna try to break out of the restraints again. This time at a 16.
Okay, you break out. So you'll be able to do something next round.
Yay.
On her round, you see her kind of close her eyes. And I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw as a wave rises up behind her and literally just comes down on all of you towards you. Just a freezing cold wave.
Ooh, wait, I get advantage on cold. I'm gonna cut the.
Yep.
Even Gabba, who's way underwater.
No, Gab is fine.
16.
16, okay, so you made your save.
10.
10, you did not make your save. Luca,
15.
15, you made your save. Okay, so the two of you that made your save, you get pushed back away from her 5 feet. And you each take 3 cold damage.
So we each get 3?
3 cold damage, yep. And as for Runetash, you get pushed back away 10 feet.
Is Valnil's ward?
And you take 14 cold damage.
I don't have to concentrate on it.
You lost it?
No, it just automatically works for an hour. So long as you have the ring.
Okay.
You don't even have to keep it. You just have to activate it.
Basically, so long as I give you that ring, you're good for an hour.
Okay. At that, Runetash, you're up. What are you doing? You're now 10 feet away from it.
Did it look like she pushed us away in anger or in fear?
Neither. You didn't see her really do anything other than she looked down and then a wave rose up behind her and just came crashing down over top and pushed you all back.
Could I perform an insight check to see if she actually means us any harm?
Yeah, you could.
26.
Yes and no. She definitely doesn't want you here at this point. And she seems a little bit angry. She wasn't before, but something's happened within the last 5 minutes or so that has changed her demeanor, shall we say. She's definitely aggravated, like to pushing you away.
All right. I think we need to complete that ritual.
Okay.
Because I have no idea what's going on with Gabba.
Yes.
So,
And
Runetash is
Luca would
figuring that
say,
out. Yeah,
I
but we're at the
agree.
top of the round. You can't put it back together.
Yeah, she's just going to try to find whatever looks like the shiniest or core piece of the altar and bring that to the surface.
Okay, so you pick up a shiny and you bring it to the top. You get to the top and you see your friends over by her, but pushed back a little ways. You see this going on. What you guys see Gaba come to the surface with what looks like something shiny in her hands. What are you doing, Gaba, as you actually that was yours. Luca, what are you doing as you see Gaba come to the surface?
There's Gaba. Did she go down to fix it? What happened, Gaba? And then
It broke.
Oh no. She'd look at the siren lady, and she'd say, "By the way, what did you do with all the rest of the villagers and the fishermen?"
There's nothing but silence from her at this point.
Valdo just responds to Luca, yeah, she's been very quiet this whole time.
She hasn't been singing either song.
Yeah, which is even more unsettling.
Well, I don't know about you folk, but just because an altar ritual didn't get done, is that really a reason to take everybody in the entire village and the fishermen too? That just doesn't seem right, she says.
Val, what are you doing?
Val is going to see. It's not a spirit that needs to be put away, so the only thing she can see is trying to reason with it. She approaches the creature.
You're trying to approach again?
Yes, but this time without trying not to seem threatening. And she goes, "We do not mean you harm, unless you mean us harm. So we are just trying to figure out what is going on and see if we can help."
Okay. It's her turn now. You're moving forwards towards her. She's stepping backwards away from you, and she's starting to go like under the water back into that trench she came out of. Is what you're seeing. And again, she's just looking at all of you, and this is going on. Runecat, what are you doing?
Oh, I don't even get to persuasion.
You did. Well, roll a persuasion if you like.
Oh. That is an 11, unfortunately.
Okay. So silence remains. Runetash?
I am pretty sore and beat up at the moment, so I'm actually going to cast Cure Wounds on myself at second level.
So you're curing wounds. And then we go back to Gaba, top of the round.
Gaba kind of climbs into the boat and she'll look at the lady and she'll hold up the piece and like, "Help, how fix?" That's all she's doing is she's trying to see if she can get the.
Okay. Luca? Gaba's in the boat.
Yes, I go back towards the boat to get into the boat with Gaba.
Okay, so you're in the boat with Gaba?
Yeah.
Okay, Val? You notice that they've gotten back in the boat together?
Okay. Val's gonna give it one more try, and she's just gonna put her hand out to the ghost and go, "Let us help you." Oh, sorry, not ghost. The siren. Sorry. Let us help you. We do not need to fight. Roll in persuasion, and that's an 18.
Okay. So you have persuaded her to make sound, and she begins to wail.
Oh.
You need to make, actually, everybody needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh,
Charisma
nice.
save?
Yep.
Well then, that is a 6.
22.
Okay. 22. Runetash, you're fine.
28.
Val, you're terrified. You're swimming back to the boat.
I have been terrified. Well then,
You are frightened. It's definitely not something you like at all.
that's funny considering I'm usually the Ghostbuster.
She's not a ghost. She's not undead.
True.
Gabba, how'd you roll?
Oh, 4.
Okay, you want to start rowing. Luca,
What was the DC on that?
I didn't tell you.
Oh well, Thistle rolled a 14.
Oh, Thistle's terrified.
Okay. I feel an invisible weight drop onto my shoulder and a tail wrap around my neck. These shivers
Yeah.
shivering through me as I realize what's
As
happening.
Gabba's starting to row to shore, Val, you get into the boat, rowing to shore. Runetash, you see them bailing. What are you doing?
I'm
And
So I'm
she's
gonna-
slowly moving down further under the water.
all right. I'm going to get back in the boat if I can. Perhaps we need to go back and to the elder and see what we can do here.
Okay. At this point, the Saltbound Siren retreats deeper into the trench, and the reef itself collapses around her. The sea settles as you rise from the depth and you row away. The shard in your hand goes clear, no longer glows with the warning or the notification that there is a shrine active here. The skiff bobs gently in the stilled surf, and above, the sun has now broken through heavy clouds for the first time since your arrival, as morning has arrived. Shellborn Cove is waiting. The sea behind you is calm, eerily quiet as you step from the skiff onto the shores of Shellborn's tide-washed shore. The mist has lifted. Sunlight torches the rooftops, and once silent gulls begin to cry again. The scent of rot is fading, still there. Elder Marna stands waiting near the shrine, the wind catching her hair like white sails. She looks defeated. Shellborn, other than her, remains empty. She watches the horizon past you guys with dread. She waits still beneath the waves, hungrier now. And as time goes, you guys are at that point failed in your mission. As night falls, as you kind of talk with her a little bit more, night falls over Shellborn Cove, and lanterns. She flickers some lanterns of life around the docks, as if expecting the townsfolk to return. And you guys return to the Mistwood at this point.
No, wait. We wouldn't return to Mistwood until we figured out how to fix it.
She tells you there is no way to fix it.
Oh.
The oath, the ritual, was not completed. The shrine has been broken. Thara will need to be appeased somehow. Perhaps you'll be able to come back and chase her down, find out where she went, where the song is, where the villagers have gone.
Well, if
And
you
that
ask
ends-
me, somebody that do that to the village just because of some dumb ritual isn't somebody I'd want to be worshiping anyway, she says.
And she just looks at you with like sorrow in her heart. Obviously, she's attached to Thara, and the ritual, for whatever purpose it was, obviously it had a deep meaning for this particular village. It has been broken. And now the bond between Thara and the shrine is severed. So now, again, she says the only way that there might be a way to fix it is to track down. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming you guys had the conversation with her, what you faced.
Yes. Right.
That it is a saltbound siren, and you would have to track her down at some point under the waves, under the water, in her own domain, and take her out.
I see.
Gabba,
So-
sorry.
It's okay.
I mean, you win some, you lose some. And with that, we end the mini adventure, unfortunately, this time on a failed note. For this episode, there may be opportunity for future adventure revolving around this particular quest, obviously. But with that was Salt and Silence. And in this case, it's Silence. So you guys will return to Mistwood.
Okay.
There, obviously, the word will spread that Shellborn is gone. The people are gone. The fishermen are gone. So the word will travel. See if people are going to blame you guys.
It's gone. We weren't able to save it. We weren't able to restore
There are
any
going to be
oath.
people, just so you guys can role play it when you're in the Discord. There will be townsfolk that do blame you, that put it on you guys. It's not your fault. It's just you weren't able to complete the task. And the mayor is understanding of that. Elizabeth is understanding of that. It was an effort. They didn't know whether you would do it or not. But it is what it is. With that, though, guys, I'm going to give you some experience here. I will not give you the full experience, obviously, for the siren, because you didn't really defeat her. I will still give you about 200 experience points for just role-playing that situation. And for the other one, 600 plus 2, that's 800 in total. And I think there's one more here. And that is, where'd it go? So 1,250 experience points divided by 4. So 300 and let's say 315 each.
315?
Yeah.
315.
Yeah. It would have been a lot higher, but
We didn't want to kill anybody.
well, not only that, she didn't have the she didn't have the ability, other than what she was doing, to harm you. She could have went under the water, though, and dragged those that were charmed with her, which is the end result, the end game, but never got to that. So she was trying to scare you away, then she tried to charm you in, then she tried to push you away. That was basically all she has. But she's very powerful. I mean, she's got 111 hit points. Anyway, so thank everybody for watching DeaconsTable Mini Adventures, episode number 13 of Salt and Silence. We will see what comes of the group's roleplay antics in a future episode. You guys need to keep this one in mind. So when I post a Salt and Silence Part 2, you will be ready to take part in it to accomplish, unless someone else decides to beat you to the punch and step in and maybe take care of the job. Everybody looks very disappointed. Like, damn, we failed.
The The one time we
Sorry,
tried
guys.
not to kill things,
I know.
Yep.
everything
You guys
dies.
did really, really well considering with your best results. I mean, honestly, that could have happened from this is when you guys were down at the shrine in the first place, you should have taken on the ritual then instead of rushing to Gabba's aid. Unfortunately, I mean, that's the truth of it. I'm sure Gabba could have lasted a round or two of being charmed or frightened or whatever.
Okay.
But you know, that would have solved the problem. And basically it was you needed 3 successes before 2 failures, and I made it on the 3rd failure, it destroys the shrine and the altar. So it's no good at that
Oh,
point.
Oh,
So
well, gosh.
you're over
So-
3, Gabba.
Who says
Not
our rolls
only
would
did
have been any
Gabba take
better?
it out, but Gabba also hit Luca with a rock.
And fall.
Who
You
says it
guys
would have
still have
been
those items,
any
by
better?
the way.
Yeah.
You guys still do have the items that were given to you. They're not taken back. They're not given back.
Fall's gonna ask for the ring back.
Oh, of course you give.
So, again, thanks for participating, guys. I'm sorry it didn't work out
Yeah.
in your favor, but
It all
sometimes
worked out.
The dice rolls the way it rolls. It's now it gives me another session to plan out.
that was the plan all along.
Yeah, well, not really, considering, as I said, we've got a lot of things coming up, and then I got to finish with the dungeons of Blackthorn Keep, dungeon
Right.
crawl, and then we've got our dungeon crawl series coming up, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, how does that work, anyways? Just curious.
You will enter the door into the dungeon. Once the party of 4 enters, the door gets sealed. There's no way out. The only way out is at the end of the episode. So at that point, you have an option to basically, you basically stay where you're at, or you bamf out, or whatever you're going to do. And if you're going to play in the next week's episode, then you continue with that. Other people can come in and join, and they just show up. You just enter into a room, and there's another party member there, another player. And it's just a random. Sometimes a door will appear where there was no door before.
I was gonna say because I'm interested in trying that myself with Val.
It's a way. There's going to be the characters that enter this dungeon, though. Keep in mind that if you are, it's each and every week you have to come in and do it. If you bring your main character in and it is combat, it is very heavily risk based thing because it's a dungeon crawl. If you die, your character dies. So keep that in mind. If you choose to leave the dungeon at the end of the episode, you are teleported back to the outside where the door is.
I see.
So that's just the way it is.
Nice.
So that's how it goes. So some people might want to do up another character just for the dungeon crawls, or they might want to take their existing characters into the dungeon crawls. But there will be rewards, there will be experience, there will be all kinds of fun stuff in a dungeon crawl. But there's risk. Yeah, it's not so much role play; it's role play.
It's chronic for Luke.
All right,
and
guys.
Misty.
I am going to end the stream. So again, thank you everybody for watching. Again, if you want to join the Discord, I'm going to put that up there one more time. Just follow our link bio to our link bio page, and that will tell you all of our different social media links, including the very top one, which is our Discord community. Become part of the Discord. You can take part in our sessions like this, which is our mini adventures that are generally weekly. There is ongoing campaigns being started right now. We will be starting very soon in the summer. I shouldn't say soon, but in the summer, we will be starting the Southern Expanse, which is a pirate show that will be a weekly episodic live play. And then Val Nil's got a game that he's working on. So that'll be fun as well. And we've got another player in the Discord that is working on another type of game, which is very much like Faster Purple Worm Kill, where you will have a pre-gen character that you play, and at the end of that particular night, it will die. That's just the way it is. So it's a different kind of playing style where you can play your character the way the character is meant to be played, with no worry or tension about, oh, my character has to survive. No, your character is going to die at the end of the session, and that's the way it is. So keep that in mind. There's lots going on. You can contribute to the Discord community as well, and just hang out with us, even if it's just in the chat and talk role playing, talk
Leave the
whatever,
dice alone.
geek stuff. Role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between is all that are welcome. We appreciate it. So, in the meantime, guys, I hope all your rolls are critical, not just the 20, but also the 1, because sometimes a 1 can be just as much fun, as we kind of found out tonight. Anyway, bye for now, guys.
Bye.
Right.